Rich has been a close friend for a long time. He's always seems to be calm and collected. We'd be getting ready to go to a horse show and he'd call and say, "Are you ready?" I said, "Brian, we can't go. 10 people need hay, or this is wrong, that's wrong." And he'd just say, "Just wait a few days." And the only time I ever see him moving fast and on a mission is when my wife takes him over a big plate of homemade devil dogs on his birthday. And there is nobody that's going to get between him and that plate, and I mean it. He might share the crumbs, but that's about it. And pretty soon Brian's booking across the yard there. His face is all red, and I mean, he was on a mission. And he had a whole handful of halters, and I thought to myself, what the hell's he got the halters for? And then it dawned on me, we didn't have any anymore. And I'd like to thank Al Consolidated too. He showed up that night, he called that morning when I was in the machine, and I guess he kind of maybe said it all. He said, "Richard, I just saw Stacy and Richie and the kids. I know you're all right, I'll see you later." And he gets out of the truck, he's biting his lip, and he's kind of emotional. Al's poured a lot of concrete there in the last 10 or 12 years. Laughed like hell, cried like hell. And he kept saying, he says, "Richard, there's going to be a lot of people want to help you with this." And I just kept saying, "Al, it's going to be all right." And he kept saying, "Oh, there's a lot of people going to want to help you." And I don't know how long he stayed. And finally got in his truck and he got back out and he started walking towards me, and he was wrapping his hands around his head like that, and I thought, man, this guy watched E.T. or something too much with his kids. And he said, "Richard," he said, you don't get it." He says, you got to get past this. I can fix it. He said, "There's going to be a lot of people want to help." And I want to say that I'm right. We can fix it, but it's because Al was the one that was truly right. There's a lot of people that want to help, and I just really, through this long, drawn-out story that you've all said, I want to say thank you again. And also to all the firemen that were there, I can't thank you enough. May sound weird to you, but I kept yelling to Gail to call 911. I was afraid she wouldn't, so she'd get to the barn quicker. And never heard anything but her voice in the barn. And then we got outside and I heard the siren. And I said, "Oh man, they're coming." And she said, "Oh, I heard that when I came out of the house." And as foolish as it may sound when your place is on fire, a siren's a pretty neat sound. And I hope you don't think I'm warped. So to all you guys that were there, thank you. To anybody that knows somebody that was there, please tell them thank you. If they can stop up, I'll personally thank them. Right about now, I think I'm sweating enough I could put out a fire. So once again, thank you to everybody. Al said, "Richard, you should walk around and mingle." I would start sweating or might pass out, so I did it. And again, thank you for everything.
Yeah, there's a shower right in the bathroom.
First of all, everyone, thank you so much for coming. There's between 400 and 500 people here. It's so unbelievably humbling, if that's even a word, and just to see all your faces and all your support, it means a lot. I wrote my speech out, so hopefully I don't say it too fast or sound too stupid. The morning of February 16th is one that will live in my family's memory forever. But more so, it will be the day that we truly learned about the people in our town and the ones surrounding it. As important as it is to talk about the morning of the fire, it's important to talk about the days leading up to it. As most of you know, the morning of February 14th, we woke up to record-breaking temperatures. Without wind chill in this town, we saw as low as 22 below zero, a number almost unheard of in this state. We see it once every 2 or 3 decades, maybe. Anything that wasn't totally already iced over, ponds, lakes, etc., flash froze overnight. That day got to a high of about 5 above, then dipping down to 15 below, less than 24 hours that night before the fire. On the Tuesday morning, the phone rang unexpectedly at 2:50 a.m. It was Dad telling me the barn was on fire. They managed to get the horses out, sorry, but nothing else. And the fire department was already there. About 5 minutes later, I pulled out of the driveway and onto roads. There were about 5 inches of solid ice and snow. When I got to the farm, I parked out in the front of the road. Sorry. And the closer I got, I was truly speechless at what I saw. It wasn't the fact that the barn was totally engulfed in flames. Excuse me. It's embarrassing. It was the people that truly amazed me. I recognize most of your faces. Some of you I went to grammar school with, others high school. I see you around town, plowing snow, mowing lawns, doing tree work, working at the town dump or the town hall, running the local government. Many from other towns I pass by on occasion, driving a dump truck or operating a piece of heavy equipment. But in a way, that time and place, you weren't those people anymore. You were first responders, firefighters, and EMTs, everyone with their own job to do. No one was panicking, no confusion, no one yelling, "What the hell do we do now?" Every firefighter there had trained, practiced, and executed everything they were doing, despite the fact that all odds were against you. Didn't matter because you were ready. When my father first realized the barn was on fire, my mother immediately called 911 at exactly 2:19. Despite the roads being totally covered with a sheet of ice, the first truck was on site at 2:30. Exactly 11 minutes later, within a few more minutes, 6 other towns, Sharon, Goshen, Canaan, Kent, Warren, and Falls Village were on site as well. It was also said that members of other departments, not mentioned, just showed up on their own to put their training to good use. Without any hesitation, holes were cut in the ice with chainsaws at 4 separate locations, which were able to fill a tanker every 2 minutes to supply water to the bottom of the road. A hose was run almost 2,000 feet from there to the barnyard to supply the trucks with enough water to keep the fire contained. The first truck to leave the Goshen Fire Department headed out full of men, only to get to the top of Bunker Hill and realize it had not been plowed, salted, or sanded. The men in the truck had other options. They could have waited for a plow truck, turned around, and found a different route. Instead, they opted to go down it, and they did go down it, sideways, out of control at a high rate of speed. But nonetheless, they were there within a few minutes, putting their skills to good use. From where the fire took place, a mere 25 feet away, stands our hay barn, where all of our trucks, trailers, hay, and straw is stored. Even with a trailer of straw sticking out more than 3 feet, because of your training, professionalism, and hard work, the building was totally undamaged. Despite everything working against you, it didn't matter. For more than 10 straight hours in the frigid temperatures and ice, which at first light turned into cold driving rain, you worked nonstop to make sure nothing else was lost. We were worried my father was having a heart attack because of the chest pains he was having. 2 separate EMTs were on site and able to check all his vital signs, heart rate, blood pressure, and breathing, only to determine it was most likely from smoke inhalation while getting the horses out. On that cold, icy, dark morning, there's no doubt, if it wasn't for all of you, we would have lost everything. We will always be amazed at the bravery, the training, the professionalism you used to succeed that morning. None of us will ever be able to thank you enough for all you did and continue to do. I'm more proud than ever to say this is my hometown and truly feel lucky to live in such a place where people will go out of their way, risking life and limb to help when it's most needed. Thank you, and God bless all of you. Thanks for coming.
day they taught public speaking in school. I didn't go. It was the only day I never went. So I got a little nervous there. But again, that morning about 5:30, the first phone call rang. It was a gal we sell hay to from Goshen, and she said, Richard, no matter what you need, just call me. I've got empty stalls. And then a lady from Litchfield, and I have to say, for 3 days straight, we stayed home, and the phone never quit ringing. I can't thank everybody enough. We didn't have a customer that didn't call and say, I've got stalls, what can I do? We had a customer in Bethany who lost her barn to snow, I think about 4 or 5 years ago, when that wicked winter had her barn come down, and I think 24 or 26 horses. Not that the number's a big thing, and she called. And it had to be a hard phone call for her to make, and she was willing to do just about anything, as every other customer was. Customers are here, thank you. The ones that aren't, thank you also. So with that, please enjoy your meal. I'm sure it's cold by now.
Richard and I both skipped class the same day on public speaking. I was right behind him out the door. One thing I forgot to mention was when we approached Richard about doing this, he was adamant he wanted no part of this at all. And I told him, as much as I guess all we all really do is argue, the two of us. But I told him if our barn burned down, he would be the first guy there to help. He would screw it all up, but he'd be there. But seriously, he would be there. He would drop everything. Reggie, both of them, they would be there to help. And the other thing, just very quickly, I forgot to thank the incredible amount of people that donated for the raffle, because they knew this was the only part of the fundraiser. So to the individuals and the businesses that have donated, thank you very, very much. And clean us out of tickets, please. We would love nothing better than to run out of tickets. Thank you.